You can't handle the truth. What is that from? It's a movie from the 80s. It's,
I was born in 90.
Jesus. You guys know what I'm talking about, don't you? You can't handle the truth. You want the truth. Okay, so sorry about that, but totally got sidetracked thinking about movies from the 80s or 90s or whenever that was. So, hey guys, it's Alicia from Mobility Mastery, and yeah, I got a question for you. Are you ready to name, face, and feel the truth? So I'm poking fun at myself a little bit because I can be pretty like dramatic or confrontational, all in an attempt to help you or help myself or the people I love. And yeah, this one is a little interface, and totally designed to help you. So what do I mean? Well, first of all, I just want to say that in my opinion, the only way you can begin a healing journey is by naming, facing, and feeling the truth. And I just have to say that I mean by the truth, I mean your truth. And there are probably layers to that truth. And we can also change what's currently true. But it means the willingness to turn and face yourself, to confront yourself, and to actually name the thing that maybe you've been avoiding or resisting or struggling to even find words for or make conscious. But it is the thing that will set you free if you can address fully. So to give you an example of what I mean here, I've told this story over and over, and if you're interested in my actual trauma story, we'll link to that below this video. But the moment, like there was a distinct moment in my history where I finally was willing to name the truth of what I was experiencing, and that set me on a journey of healing. And without that moment, I'm not sure I would have gotten the healing that I needed, because from about 17, or actually earlier, 13 to age 24, I lived inside a body that I believed was against me, betraying me, out to get me. I felt totally trapped inside a body that I hated. My body gave me all kinds of sensations that were intolerable to me. And I tried to avoid those sensations and feelings through overeating and, I don't know, other strategies. I never went down any crazy roads with drugs, alcohol, or any addictions, but food was the number one way I kind of numbed. And it wasn't until age 24 when I wrote in a journal, I am utterly traumatized, that my whole body relaxed, and I finally okay, there's the truth. That's the truth that I've been avoiding, because from 13 to 24, I wanted desperately to be normal. I didn't want to be different other than. I didn't want to be, on a path different from my peers, or so I thought, right? Like I wanted to be, just a girl, or I wanted to be a young adult. I wanted to go have fun. I didn't understand why I couldn't do those things, why I didn't feel free to do those things. I just felt haunted by something. And, given my story, it's no surprise why I felt haunted, but I was trying to ignore what was shaping me and just pretend to be okay on top of it. So it's the wording that I kind of use is we tend to operate on top of the truth a lot of the time, but it has a tendency to come out sideways, is something I also like to say. So it could come out sideways towards other people, through our behaviors. It can come out through our body, where our body starts to get our attention. We might have anxiety, we might have pain, we might have systemic tension, digestive issues, you name it. There's a whole host of things that can happen when we're ignoring some truth that we haven't fully faced or named or felt yet. So I hope this is making sense to you. And, like I said, we all have layers to this truth. So there may be some objective, unequivocal truth, universal truth, maybe in there that it might be good to search for. But what I'm most concerned with here is your truth. Why is it so difficult to name, face, and feel what's true for us? Well, it's fucking terrifying. I'm just gonna name it. It's terrifying, you know? A lot of the times we subconsciously feel that we might actually die if we let ourselves feel the full weight, the full power of something we had to confront either early in our life, if we're talking about trauma, or whatever is maybe going on in our lives. Like, you know, your truth could actually be that you know you need to leave a relationship you're in, and it terrifies you to think about it. And it can bring up all kinds of other neural loops, neural patterns, nervous system patterns, and behaviors that you use to avoid facing the truth and stay safe, but not necessarily thriving and comfortable. So when I say safe, I've said this numerous times here, and I'll keep repeating it, but your brain and body would rather you be safe than dead. And since your brain and body have gathered data about what it means to be you in the world and what love is and what safety is based on the circumstances that shaped you, usually in childhood, safe might actually not be great. It might not be healthy. It might not help you thrive. And so facing the truth and naming it accurately will help you get where you need to go. So if you are somebody who wants more freedom in your life, please tell me that in the comments below. And I know that, you know, we all want that, right? But I actually really want you to think about it before answering, because your freedom is going to cost you your old way of being, your old self. And it's going to ask of you that you be willing to name, face, and feel a lot of truths that might be really painful, that might be uncomfortable, and that might not just feel very good at all, right? That's usually how it goes. And so my question to you is, how comfortable are you with being uncomfortable? If you can grow your tolerance for discomfort without dissociating, running away, numbing, or avoiding, you're going to grow your capacity for freedom. And it is my opinion that if you want to keep expanding your freedom, you're going to keep excavating truths that you need to liberate yourself from that probably aren't the truth. So maybe I should have written your truth up here, but I hope you get my meaning there. So most of you here on Mobility Master are here because your body's talking to you, right? Either you're in pain, maybe you have an injury that you're looking to heal, or you might have some kind of autoimmune condition or a soft tissue experience like myofascial pain syndrome or fibromyalgia, or something happening in the soft tissue or fascial system causing you pain in the actual fascial system. Whatever is going on, or maybe gut issues, like that's a huge one, right? I always want to know, if I'm working with you in my office, what is your body trying to tell you? What is your body trying to tell us if our job together is to raise into consciousness what is living there? So it's my belief that our subconscious actually lives in our body, not some mysterious subconscious mind somewhere. It's actually like literally living in our body through neural loops and ingrained behaviors that your body cues you to act out through various experiences in your life. And so everything you need to know about yourself is in your body, I believe. And I believe if you contact your body and allow it an open, safe place to share with you, it will tell you a lot. It only speaks the language of sensation, though, usually. Maybe sensations, instincts, and intuitions would be a bit more complete for me. And the more you learn to work with those sensations, instincts, and intuitions, you maybe start to get imaginations, maybe pictures pop into your mind, maybe words do, maybe you can use those sensations and follow them to find a more like existential or personal truth. So this is a question I would have you ask yourself. What is your body trying to tell you? Another really great way to get at the truth. So these questions right here are aimed at helping you discover whatever the truth is right now that maybe you need to name, face, and feel in order to gain more freedom in your life and in your body. Another great place to start is, what are you resisting? Because a lot of the times what we resist is the very thing that will get us our freedom, but it feels scary, it feels out of reach, it feels maybe we believe we're not worth it, I don't know. But usually there, you can find some gold about yourself in whatever it is you're resisting. Now, I would say there's a very good reason you're resisting it, right? It's not like it was just formed for no reason and your body is against you, like I thought for so long. But you might be resisting something because for whatever reason you haven't made conscious what is in your body, your subconscious. And until you make it conscious, that subconscious automated behavior system will get triggered and you'll avoid doing what is necessary to heal yourself or free yourself. So just looking at what you're resisting in life is extremely helpful. So it could be that you're resisting doing fascia release because it's painful. It could be that you're resisting doing a movement practice like you really know your body needs, and for whatever reason you're not doing it. I'm just going to out myself right here because I am walking this path with you. There's no such thing as an end point to health and healing. And I'm going through something right now where I actually really want to film a video on kind of an epiphany I had while hiking. But it was just something I was thinking about, that there are two really great ways we can keep ourselves on track if we are committed to more freedom. But one of them is look at what we're resisting, like the top one or two things, and either make conscious what's unconscious so that we can then step towards the thing that we need to be doing, or just freaking do it. See if you can just do it, because sometimes it's simply an ingrained behavior of avoidance and you just need to go do it. For me right now, what I've been avoiding doing that I really feel would benefit me is getting up a little bit earlier every day and walking. That's it, just walking. Hiking maybe, but like a gentle hike, or on a day that I have off, maybe actually going on a longer hike. But that's been on my brain for since we got to Durango, for months. I feel like that, because I haven't been able to do actual workouts or strength training or climb 14ers like I really want to. If you've been following my health journey, it's kind of like this thing that I do where I boomerang from, well, if I can't do what I really want, then I'm going to do nothing at all. And it's a self-sabotaging behavior, I think. I don't know that I've fully figured out why I'm resisting it, but I just wanted to out myself. So that's an example of something I'm resisting that could probably tell me something about myself that either I need to name, face, and feel, or not, but maybe I just need to go do it, right? But I would want to find out. And then number 3 is really how I would determine whether you really are ready to name, face, and feel the truth. Are you ready to take action once you discover that truth? Because if you're not, you're probably going to do everything in your power not to make conscious whatever it is. I actually believe that's kind of almost a gift from God in a way, or some kind of law of nature, because if we are unwilling to take action on something we make conscious, and it's really powerful, let's say you finally admit to yourself you need to leave the relationship you're in for whatever reason. If you're not willing to take action once you make it conscious, then you're going to start living in a state of self-betrayal, where you know that on a daily basis you are not doing the thing that you need to do to be in alignment with your truth. And it's actually worse to be in denial, to be unconscious, right? It actually does less damage. So I believe we tend to do everything possible to avoid knowing the truth if we're not ready to take action yet. So that's just a little food for thought and something to think about. And then I'm going to leave you with this right here. You're always free to choose anything. And I'm going to always encourage you to choose consciously. For example, maybe you are in an abusive relationship. Maybe you are in a really unhealthy relationship and you know it and you know you should leave, but for whatever reason, you haven't done it yet. My wish for you, what I want for you, is to at least then make your choice to stay a conscious choice. Don't just skip over what you made conscious, knowing that you probably should leave or that you want yourself to leave, but for whatever reason you simply can't yet, you're not ready to. Acknowledge that you're not ready to, and choose to stay out of freedom, right? Freedom, free, conscious choice. To me, that at least is taking ownership, it's taking responsibility, and now you're not in self-betrayal because you made a conscious choice to stay where you're at and accept whatever comes from that, right? So the opposite then is also true, right? You can consciously choose to ready yourself to take action and then name, face, and feel the truth. I hope this is making sense. My example of facing trauma was one, maybe leaving a unhealthy relationship is another. And I maybe just want to leave you with a less dramatic or less dark example. Sometimes it's simply that, maybe you're like my knee pain story, right? Like for whatever reason, it was like I needed to just see that I had really unhealthy fascia in my calves. And even though it really sucked, I could feel the sensations there, right? I could name it, I could face it, I could feel it, and then make it healthy, consciously choose to take action towards improving the health of my fascial system, and then I get to run again and my knees don't hurt. So it's multi-layered. It happens, in my opinion, truth, right, is like constantly overlapping levels and layers of spiritual truth, psychosomatic truth, physical truth. Like we live in a physical world with physical laws, and being willing to acknowledge those laws and those physical truths, right, feel equally important to me as acknowledging those big, more psychological, emotional, and metaphysical truths. But doing all of them is the best way, right, to get more and more expanding freedom in your body and in your life. So I'm going to ask again, are you ready to name, face, and feel your truth? Whatever it is right now that's getting your attention. Leave me your answer in the comments below. And if you have any questions on this, because I know it's a little like more cerebral than a lot of the other stuff that I cover, post your questions below because I'm always happy to get in there and answer if I can. So I will see you in the comments. And if you're brand new here, we've got a beginner's guide to fascia release that you can grab. It's a PDF download. The link for that is going to be below this video. I highly encourage you to grab it. It'll help you master the basics of fascia release if you're either new to fascia release or new to my way of doing it. So you can definitely work with your body and your fascial system to discover a lot of the truths that may be living in your ecosystem, in your body. So I encourage you to do that all the time, actually, because the truth changes. So there we go. And I can't wait to hear from you on this one. I'll see you in the comments, and I'll see you next time.